Hello everybody and welcome to Beginning Crypto. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you are brand new to the crypto world and would like a chance to earn some free cryptos, just check out the description of the video below. We'll tell you how some of the common exchanges and ways that you can earn some free crypto in them. And for today, what we want to discuss is what is Bitcoin? It's the biggest one out there, so let's talk about it. This one's pretty basic. It's not going to take us very long to do this. So what is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer exchange of value. It is almost exactly what it sounds like. It is basically a coin. We trade off coins. We could trade off Bitcoins. We could trade value. I could give you this and you could give me a product. That is Bitcoin at its absolute most basic and for the most part, what it is. Bitcoin is basically the first. It was the original. Which is why it's so well known. The first into the space, and it's the grandfather. It's the OG. It is the one that spawned all the rest. It is also one of the least functional. As a blockchain, it does almost nothing compared to some of the really functional blockchains, such as Ethereum or Cardano or Stellar, Ripple. Really, just about any other blockchain does more than Bitcoin does. Bitcoin is basically just peer-to-peer exchange of value. It was originally intended to be a decentralized, not controlled by any one company, country, currency. That's what it was intended to be, and it completely exploded and has grown well outside of that. It used to be envisioned as an exchange of value. Unfortunately, now it is more looked at as what is called a store of value. Because it has gotten so valuable, it is not something that people are using to buy products or buy services. It is something people are using to store their money in the hopes that it grows, just like gold. Gold is a store of value. People aren't buying gold or aren't investing their money in gold so that they can then buy products or services with gold. They're investing their money into gold in the hopes that gold goes up in value. So they're storing their money in the gold. With Bitcoin, people are storing their money in the Bitcoin itself. It was created in 2009 by somebody named Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, to this day, nobody actually knows who Satoshi Nakamoto was, or is, rather. I mean, it's only been 11 years, so I certainly hope he's still around. Nobody knows who he is. Bitcoin is created to be completely decentralized. It's not controlled by anybody. It is out there. It is out there in the internet doing its own thing. It is Skynet. It is not controlled anywhere. And he created it exactly as it sounds, to be a decentralized. He wanted people to have a currency that was not affiliated with a government or with a big central bank, and to be freer, to be more open. There's a lot of people that believe in the decentralized finance, where it's more of a world economy and less of a controlled government economy. And it's certainly understandable. There's countries that have been through 3 national currencies in the last 50 years. 3 national currencies in the last 50 years. Just imagine if the dollar was suddenly replaced by the government. They'd say, yeah, the dollar's worthless. We're going to issue this new national currency. We're going to call it the buck. And then 20 years later, the government said, man, the buck is just, it's just not working. So we're going to destroy all the bucks you have, and we're going to issue this new currency called the sawbuck. And just continuously trading out. Well, with these decentralized currencies, that can't happen. That's not going to happen. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It has a fixed supply. I don't remember the exact number, but it's actually fairly low. I think it's somewhere around 21 million or 11 million right now. We're going to peak at 21 million, or it's at 21 million and going to peak at 28 million. I think 28 million is the maximum supply. It has not reached its maximum supply yet. People are still mining for it, and new Bitcoins are still being created. But it has a fixed supply and fairly low supply within the crypto world. There's cryptos with billions of circulating supply, tens of billions, hundreds of billions of circulating supply. There's one off the top of my head I can think about that has 1 quadrillion, although 410 trillion of them were burned recently. So Bitcoin, very fixed supply. There's only a certain number of them. Once they're all mined, which will probably occur somewhere around 2030 or so, then no more new ones will be created. There will still be some form of mining system in there for rewards, but mostly going to be used to continue to verify transactions, and you'll still earn Bitcoin, but you're not going to be earning new Bitcoins. You're going to be earning pieces that are basically the fees used in the transactions of the Bitcoins. And it is mined using a proof of work model, which we discussed in another video on what is mining. So proof of work, which a lot of the current cryptos are starting to get away from. The proof of work is very energy intensive, very difficult, takes a lot of processing power, takes a lot of electricity, takes a lot of money. But that is what it is, and it was originally created, the proof of work concept. So at the time, it was very groundbreaking and very, very, very brilliant. So think of Bitcoin as I'm not even going to say a dollar bill because it's gotten so expensive. I want to say think of it as $100 bill, or think of it as $1,000 bill. There actually are $1,000 bills, although good luck using them because only 1,000 of them were ever printed, and they were kept in a they were owned by a casino. They were kept on display. I think it was for $1 million on display or something like that. So good luck ever spending one if you were to come across one. But think of Bitcoin as $1,000 bill, right? Well, Bitcoin can be broken down into what's called Satoshis, based off of Satoshi Nakamoto. Nakamoto. So Satoshis are, think of Satoshis as the pennies. Bitcoin is $1,000 bill, Satoshis are the pennies. So the smallest functional piece of a Bitcoin that could be traded is a Satoshi. Very, very small, 1/10,000th, 100,000th of a Bitcoin, something along those lines, which is why, even though Bitcoin is currently valued somewhere around $39,000, people can still invest in Bitcoin with as little as $5, as little as $1, because you're buying Satoshis, you're buying pieces of Bitcoin, so you're buying fractions of a Bitcoin, and that's what a lot of the exchanges that are still done, what few are still actually done with Bitcoin, that's what they're doing is with Satoshis. Very, very rarely are full Bitcoins being traded back and forth, except in the large scale, big businesses and stuff along those lines. Otherwise, the average person, they're trading in Satoshis, they're trading in fractions and pieces and little bits. But those little bits hold value as well. Those little bits are basically the pennies of the $1,000 bill. And that's primarily what you are and what I invest in is those pieces, but those pieces are just as valuable. Your fraction holds the same value as the full Bitcoin. The full Bitcoin goes up 10%, your fraction went up 10%. The full Bitcoin goes up 100%, your fraction goes up 100%. If you invest $100 in the Bitcoin when it's at $40,000, and a year later Bitcoin is worth $80,000, your Satoshis that you bought with 100 are now worth $200. So you don't have to be able to buy the full Bitcoin. And that applies to almost every single cryptocurrency out there, is being able to buy pieces of it. When you are investing in cryptos, that's why when you buy a crypto, you get, say, 42.07982 of whatever crypto it may be. It's because you're getting the pieces. It'll be broken down into whatever the smallest piece is, their version of the Satoshis. So that is Bitcoin. Fairly basic, I know, but Bitcoin is fairly basic as far as the cryptocurrencies go. So I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found this useful for you. Good luck in your cryptocurrency adventures, and we will catch you guys next time. Thank you.